Welcome back. This is our 9th live today. This is a design that we're gonna do. It's our inspiration is a pink ombre tip with floral embossed design. Of course, the other finger gonna be different. Let's go ahead and put it on a nail stand. Okay, now first we're gonna replicate this finger, and I was thinking that this gonna be right here and here on these two fingers. Let me moderate Tyra first. Alright, Tyra. Let me see. I will add Tara as moderators, and I would write on my website, everything I use is at Tino shop. 𝙁𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗. I will pin the comment right here. Alright, for this pink emboss set, my colors background that I choose will be Cream Nude. I will apply on these two fingers, the index and the ring fingers. Apply one coat on the nail surface. You have to make sure that you use a nude gel. If it's not this color, you have to make sure that it's no wipe. All of my top gel are no wipe. And the reason why it have to be no wipe, because when you apply pigment on, you don't want it to stick onto the background, and pigment, no white background are prone to pigment kill this. And I believe that this live will be posted next Sunday. This live will be posted next Saturday. We just done this metallic siren. This one, same thing. Apply nude all over. Hear this. We have no idea what these two fingers gonna be, but we do know our inspiration from this. So the two index finger gonna be exactly like the thumb. That's what we're gonna worry about first hand, and then as we go along, I will make up the other design. Okay, now cure this. Before you cure, make sure that the tip, you remove all the bulk gel off the tip, then cure. Same thing on these fingers. Apply one coat of nude all over. Okay. Cure this also. Now you need an element that can adhere pigment. The gel you choose are crucial. It have to be able to stick on pigment smoothly. If the inhibition layer is too wet, the pigment will be very muddy. We're gonna paint at the tips. I am using hot pink. Make sure I wipe up excess gels on this. Apply hot pink on the surface. And then I am gonna put on my pigment base. Okay, now I am gonna mix this together using my spatula. Make a light pink. Both pigment base and hot pink gel color can adhere to pigment. Pigment base is my first product that I use for pigments, and then follow up my gel color. I build it to what it can adhere pigment to. Now you do need to use the same gel for the embossed pattern, so you do want to be pretty generous with these colors. It's time to draw in your tip, and remember what I say about the nude. You have to make sure there is no wipe, therefore pigment will not stick onto this background. Now I am taking out my 10mm painting brush. Soak it into the brush, twirl it side to side, stroke it out. Let's paint our French tips. Okay. Now we are going to color it in. I am using my coloring brush, clean this. Soak into the gels, twirl it around to saturate it, and stroke it out. Okay, after I'm done, I am going to take this and stroke it all the way down. Remember, this mixture, use it all correct ingredient for pigments. And then the background, no wipe, so pigment not going to stick to the background. Make sure everything is perfect before you cure. Make sure you are the right tools for this. Cure this. Now, again, using coloring brush. This brush is perfect for its body. A big body that soak in all the gels. Back in the old day, I used to use a liner brush to fill in, and it's worked too, but not as fast as a coloring brush. This coloring brush can whip out your color in seconds. Stroke it all the way down. Then you're gonna cure this one too. Make sure you eliminate all bubbles. Now cure. Then I am gonna go ahead and apply pigment on this from the free edge, from the French lines, the smile line, go all the way down. With that, I will need to use my pink pigment. I use in the medium tone of the pink pigment. Then I need to take out my pigment brush. This is what I'm gonna use. Make sure that there's no excess pigment from the last application. Rub it on the paper towel. Make it nice and clean. Pick up your pigment. Distribute it onto the paper towel, and you need to knock up excess dust. Now apply. You see it doesn't stick onto the background at all. Now I will go to about 1/3 of the portion of the tips before I start fading it. Okay, now it's time to slowly fading it. You see a brush have a lot of pigment. You have to make sure you wipe up excess pigment before you continue to fade. See how smooth the pigment become? You have to use a proper gel for this. Not any gel polish can adhere pigment. And if you need help on the blending, you can get a little bit of white super pigment, mix it in with pink, and then apply. Continue the blend. Then you need to dust up excess dust. And I am ready for one coat of matted to be on. This is what I'm using. Lightly glide on the surface of the nail. Take this and cure this. Here we go. This is the result you need. And remember that the gel you use have to be correct for pigment. I have developed it specially for pigment. Remember, not any gel polish can apply pigment. Some gel polish, when it dry, the inhibition layer will make the pigment very muddy. Have to use correct items. Hot pink gel colors and pigment base. And this is my first product that I use that here's pigment. And since it's a big success on pigment, I have to make sure that all my gel color carry the same formulas. And remember, the background have to be no wipe. I use Top Gel Cream Nude. And if you don't have Cream Nude, make sure that you put on a layer of no wipe top coat first. Then you are ready for pigment. Pink first. Knock up excess dust. Now, get ready to apply it. And remember, when you do this, if the dirt shooting out on the surface, that means you have to knock again. Make sure there's no loose dust onto your brush. You only want the color, not the excess dust. I will go to about 1/3 of the nail before I start my blending process. At this point, it's pretty easy. Now when I come to here, it is time to focus on the blending. Make sure you don't forget this step. Take this and run over the paper towel a few times. Then you can start fading it. There you go. And remember, if you need help on blending, you can always use white super pigment. This design to disappear when top coat is on. So now you mix a white pigment with pink pigment. That will separate the pink pigment particle. So when the white disappear, all you have left is a nice even sheer pink layers. Apply that on, fade down. There. And when you're completely happy with it, go ahead and wipe up excess dust. Then you are ready for matted. Make sure you glide over the surface lightly. So you don't take your brush and scratch the pigment. Very lightly glide through it. And go slow, don't try to go fast. Slow speed will make sure that your top coat have a chance to adhere on the surface. If you go too fast, the top coat gonna have open spot everywhere, and you have to reapply it again, and that might cause your pigment to bleed. Slow and light. Here. Alright, now we're gonna make ourselves some embossed design for this. My chosen embossed design is a floral pattern right here. I am gonna take the gel that I already mixed, and I am going to paint floral pattern. Let's use the 7mm details. Now it's time to sugar this pattern. I am using clear acrylic for this. Now I'm gonna pour this on, and you have to make sure that all acrylic falling off the surface. You don't want any to linger on, and you have to make sure you pack it well enough that it completely saturates into the gels. Don't cure too soon. This way the design will last for a very long time. It will be prone to chipping. Plus, that's gonna give you a nice embossed feel to the design. Now, before I cure, I will take my brush and dust on it. If your gel smudge dust in this process, that means you haven't cured it, you haven't packed it enough with acrylic, so you have to pack it again. So all nice and clean. That will prevent your acrylic from being ashy. If you don't wipe it first, then your color might be very ashy, especially if you play with darker colors. Cure this. Same thing here. Another floral pattern.
Here's a good question.
What's that?
Do you remember the day that alarm was going off and we couldn't figure out how to shut it off? The one by the front door? You don't hear that alarm?
Mm-mm.
Well, it's going off. Did you just push one button?
Yeah, I push one.
Just one?
Yeah. Now, use this. Again. Of course, a proper brush is also necessary. This is my fluffy, super soft. It will make sure that it's not too harsh onto your gel. Then you can cure. Now I have decided that in the middle right here, I want it all nude. And I probably have like a big flower or a butterfly or something in the middle. Probably a cute heart or something. Let me think on that just a little bit more. This one I have decided to put pink on a full nails. So let's do that first. Let me take that out. That will give me a clearer version. Okay, so now we have an embossed lace design. Okay, let me think on this. Actually, let's put nude on here. Cure this. Alright, I have decided pink gonna be in the middle. That's way it doesn't mess with the balance of the nails. Let's apply pink on here. Okay, now take out my coloring brush. Remember, use brush that will help you. Use the right brush. Cure this. While it's curing, I am gonna take this and paint it pink flower all over the nails. Cure this. Now it's time for us to apply pigment onto these nails. Let me think of how to apply it. Pink could be from the bottom going up, or could be from the cuticle going down. I would say let's do from the bottom going up first. Now I'm using my pigment brush to ensure smooth application. Apply pink right here. I love this vividness of this pink too. This is my super pigment. Now brush it lightly. There. Can stop right here. See how it looks so far. Now, let's elongate both sides up just a little more. Same on this side. So now it's like that, it's deeper. Then we will do the same to the cuticle. Now, this flower right here, you have two choices. You can either take the deep pink and go from the inside going out. I will not do that because I want my petal to be more visible. So I shall outline it from the outside going in like this. And I will do the same for every nails. Dust it off. Let's see. We are ready to tie this set up. Let's mat everything here and we will follow this amazing embossed pattern onto the floral itself. Mat it on everything. This. This design, I either apply crystal or something else, but no design on here. I'm ready to seal up the deal with matte. Hear this? Alright, now time to emboss this. I will use the same 7mm details and what left over of my gel colors mixing with my pigment base. Remember, when you draw this flower frame pattern, you need to shake a little bit because it's more beautiful when the edge is more elusive instead of a hot, solid edge. You need it to be, I use word elusive. I'm not sure if that's correct word for it, but swervy, natural. Like this. Shake a little bit like this. Like that. Now, apply clear acrylic on top. I am looking for the spoon. And remember, a lot of people will attempt to cure immediately, but you have to keep packing with acrylic until it's completely solid. That will ensure that it does not chip in on your clients. Keep packing it until it remains matte and not return to the shine that it have. This is when you can tell that it's fully packed. You will take my fluffy and dust it up. Remember, if your gel smear, that means you not pack it good enough. That will prevent your acrylic from become ashy. The color will remain rich and vibrant. Clear? Now we have the middle fingers. Making it look very beautiful to me. I'm thinking just a few crystals here and there. That's it. On the middle fingers. And maybe, actually I can dress up a little bit before I put on my crystal. Let me establish the midpoint first. It will be right about here. Okay. Then I am going to add some design right here. Just a little bit, not much. Okay. One more. We're ready to apply this on clear acrylic. Keep packing it with acrylic until it's completely solid matte. it's not yet ready. You see this right here, the shine return. You have to stop immediately and keep on packing it. Watch, make sure that it remains matte. We don't want it to become shine again. Now, you're ready to dust. Nice and clean. Clear. Okay. I am ready for crystal. First of all, I will repeat this crystal pattern onto these two fingers. I'm using Crystal Magic Glue. Now let's use the Crystal Katana. And all of these are at Dreamtime Creation. Dreamtime Creation and Tino Shop are the same website. Okay. Let's first use our SS12. Actually, SS9 will do. SS7 right here. And then SS5, the smallest size. Then I'm gonna add on SS12 right on top, followed by two small sides. Have to make sure that it's well centered first. Then two sides gonna be right here. It will be SS7 on both. Followed by a flame shape. I will repeat this on the other side. This is SS9. Seven and 5. Now I am adding in SS12 up here. Two side SS7 underneath. And a flame shape right below it. Then over here, let's start out with a flame shape right here. And follow with a raindrop right in the bottom, piercing through the light pink aura in the middle right there. Now up here I can have one silver dot, just a tiny one. SS5 crystal. And for the floral, I will add this intertwine in between. Right here, same things. Down here, small crystal. Right here, same thing, SS7. And right here, SS5. And over here, SS7. There. Now, it is time dry this. I am going to use the crystal dryers. Now, let me see. I wonder if I should put any right here. That will give the set a balance. I believe I should. I am gonna add some glue right here. One stone right here, just to give the set a balance. I believe that we are done with this set. Okay. The next set is gonna be Blood Moon that we're gonna redo next. Let's go ahead and dry this crystal really quick. Actually, before we end this, I forgot I need some caviar bead on both sides. I am gonna use both SS 0.8 millimeter and 0.6 millimeters. Then I need a 7 millimeter detail brush.
And I might want to point out, this is the best sandwich ever.
And I am gonna choose clear texture gel. apply right on both ends. Flash cured it to seal the deal before we move on. Cure this. Same here. And I'm using clear texture gel to ensure that my bead does not roll up or slip up or slide on me. It will make sure that the bead just stays still where it's at. It will make my job easier. Cure this. Now, before I cure it all the way, I need to seal this. I am gonna use a crystal sealer pen, pop off the cap, and seal this.
I don't know if you answered this, but Tanya wanted to know, is that tray of crystals, probably from 10 minutes ago, available to purchase, or have you made it up just for yourself?
I made it for now just for myself. Eventually I will have it on the website, but this would not be cheap. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're nice.
Swarovski and Dreamtime crystal, yeah. It'd probably be a good $200. Right now I try to have inexpensive crystal kit, but yet later I will have more expensive just for everyone to have a choice. But right now I focus on less expensive crystal, like the bubble gems. Okay, I need to cure these two now. And this set is done.
Yay! Another one bites the dust.
Okay, now I'm gonna take off these nails. Let's wait for the rest to cure.
And while we're waiting, let me just throw this out there. This is a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful sandwich that I've cut in quarters. That way you wouldn't overeat or feel tired. And I've heard these are marathon sandwiches. That's what they are.
Now, go ahead and apply it on here. I named it Pink Floral Emboss, but I can use a better name for this. For now, I will name it Pink Floral Emboss. My next set is going to be Blood Moon. I'm going to take it out. Now, this gonna be semi-challenging to make it into different styles. We will think of some things.
I think Tara is hinting. She wants you to show this for them.
Yes. Before I go, this is a WhatsApp group that you can find and join, a QR code for it. And whenever I go on live stream, I go into this group and Passion Pink is a good name. And I alert everyone the day and time that I go live. So you'll be aware, so you can catch it on live. So you can see the technique right there and don't have to wait for it. Now, whenever I have sale, like annual sale, I also post the coupon code into the group too, so you don't miss out on any major sale that we might have. And we are going to have another live in just a few seconds.
Minutes.
All right. I have to turn this light off and I will turn it back on. All right, everyone. I'm gonna go up now. I see you in a little bit.